I hope so because someone parking right there. Yeah, it's safe. First of all, drive my car, it's not your car. Oh, yeah, my car is so
All right, all right, all right. We're live. We're live on Angie's Angles. Post 2024 New York Mets season. Here we go. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to an Angie's Angles, October 24th, in the year of my Lord, 2024. So we got 10, 24, 24. Let's say hello to Clark, Tom, Harold. Clark and Harold are making me duo intestinal. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know if you all saw my thumbnail today that I posted. Hey, Officer Lennon, what's going on? Nick Triano, thanks for joining us, brother. I subscribed to Canva. With the help of a buddy, I'm trying to jazz up my thumbnails. Today's thumbnail looked to be a lot better. Let's not say a little bit better. A lot better than my thumbnails of past, except for the ones that my buddy helped me with. I'll never have a better thumbnail than the Willie Mays catch with the lightning bolt. That was absolutely fantastic. And that wasn't done by me. That was done by my buddy who wishes to remain anonymous. So we are sitting on the precipice of the 2024 World Series. Congratulations are in order to both the Los Angeles Dodgers and the New York Yankees. It was a tale of two teams from New York. Both teams were not set up to go far in the playoffs. One team was not even supposed to make the playoffs, except for on June, I think it was June the 12th, when Grimace and one Angelo M. Gagliano Sr. showed up at Citi Field, and they went on an amazing winning streak. To say that I'm disappointed that we came 2 games shy of making a World Series appearance to play the Yankees would be somewhat of an understatement. However, as one of the Lane Lands will let you know, I said this team was not a playoff team. We weren't constructed in our bullpen to be a playoff team. We had piecemealed some positions in the field. Iglesias filled in admirably at second base. Tyrone Taylor played center field with Harrison Bader. I.e. also right field when Marte was out and hurt. Hey, Clark wants to tell us there's 114 days till pitchers and catchers report. I can't wait, Clark. Nick Triano, it's hard for me to pick which team to root for this World Series. Well, Nick, if you're a true Met fan, and Barbara, my honey Barbara, me and Danny have had this conversation in the Facebook feud, if you will. If you're a Met fan, if you were a true New York Met fan, it is not in your DNA to root for the Yankees, even though you want to make an argument that they're the New York team. Number one, they play in the junior circuit. So anybody that plays in the junior circuit doesn't get my vote. Now you say, how do you root for the Dodgers who spanked your Mets? Well, I like to think that we spanked ourselves. And let me digress. Our pitching spit the bit. Our pitching got us to where we were. Certainly there was some oh my God moments, some miracle shots, the Lindor grand slam, the Alonso 3-run homer in Milwaukee when we were about 4 ticks away from going home in Milwaukee. And even the game we won in Atlanta, the second to last game of the season, we didn't really win that game outright either. We kind of got lucky to hold on. So for me to sit here, and I'm trying to be truthful. Sure, it hurts that we came 2 games shy. If you ever get that far in anything, you want to see it through to the end. But the fact that they gave us October exciting baseball deep into October, when we had the team that we came out of spring training with, when we started 0-5 on the season, when Lindor at the end of April was batting barely a $125, and then for him to finish with a 270 something average, I mean, that's just incredible. Lindor had one of those magical seasons, and he surely came through and showed the mettle that he has as a ball player. Harold, let's put you up on the big screen, buddy. Harold Sanderson, other than Juan Soto, there isn't a player on either team that I could dislike. So, I guess I could agree with that somewhat, Harold. I'm not a big while I appreciate his talents, I think the entire Ohtani gambling situation was fugazi. And I'll go to my grave saying that he absolutely 1000% knew what was going on with his translator. That there's zero chance, zero opportunity, zero anything that this was done behind his back with zero knowledge. And the bookie is not taking $2 to $3 million in bets from $100,000 a year translator. That's just not happening. Thank you, Tom, dialing it up from Smoke Therapy. 215 Ronkonkoma Avenue, Ronkonkoma, New York. Now I'm going to put it out there. I haven't checked with Babs yet, and I'll do that maybe this evening. But currently, we're looking to do the biannual, or is it biannual, or twice a year, Angie's Angles, Wings, Bourbon, and Cigars on December 26th. So anybody out of state, if you're looking to travel during the holidays and happen to find yourself in New York, you're more than welcome to attend on December 26th. That'll be the day after Christmas. We're going to have our Angie's Angles, Wings, Bourbon, and Cigars. The wings will be compliments of BLDs, Hawkins Avenue, Ronkonkoma, New York. The bourbon or the drink or whatever you're going to drink, I'll have Guinness, I'll have vodka, and we'll have a good time. That's correct, Clark. Let's put that up. Clark says nobody loses that much money and not know about it. Amen. Hallelujah. I agree with you, Clark. It just in today's day and age, when all your accounts are viewable on your phone. I mean, a bunch of years ago, I had fraud, and believe you me, I was managing my $14.22 every day. Every day, I knew exactly what was my account every day. And then when I saw the fraud happen, I was able to jump on it immediately, if not sooner. So we got some World Series predictions. I won't give you mine. I want you guys to post yours. I'd like to see and hear your prognosticating skills. Tell me what you think you're going to do. Oh, no, Mark Brooks. Mark Brooks, here. Mark, you got to search in YouTube Angie's Angles and make sure you don't spell angels, spell angles. Angie's Angles 4121 at YouTube on YouTube. So that's what you have to search for, Mark. But I don't mind you being on Facebook, Mark. That's fine. Bring us back to the startup days when Angie's Angles was just a mere Facebook podcast. All right, Nick. Nick's holding me to task, and we're going to comment, Nick. And you said earlier about how about Mendoza? Mendoza's been a great manager this year overall. I'm going to politely disagree with you, Nick. Mendoza was the reason we didn't win the division. Mendoza single-handedly lost a minimum, personally, 7 games. He mismanaged Manaya's outings. He put Manaya with 4 2/3 innings pitched. He killed that guy getting 4 more wins, possibly, if not more. All right. I don't think Mendoza was a great manager at all, Nick. Sadly enough, we're going to be stuck with him. I suppose. I think playing McNeil in the playoffs was god awful. Going back-to-back lineups with JD Martinez when he couldn't hit the side of a wall with a freaking walrus. I mean, can you picture that, right? Trying to hit the side of a wall with a walrus. And he missed. I mean, I don't understand. And you had opportunities to pinch run JD Martinez late in the game with Acuna, with Winker. He kept Winker on the bench way too long. We needed guys that had the chutzpah. Winker brought that charisma to the plate. He optically looked like he had a clue, whereas JD Martinez did not. There were two things in the playoffs that we could take away in National League Championship Series. The Dodgers were a very disciplined team. They didn't chase the ball. They did what we call, when I coach, they did zone hitting. They waited for the ball to enter their zone, and they attacked it. I believe we did a lot of guessing on the pitch that was coming. And the Dodgers picked up on that. And I would like to get Elias on the phone and ask, how many first pitch breaking balls did the Dodgers throw? I mean, because, hey, Brooklyn's in the house. What's going on, Brooklyn? So the hitting approach was awful. Completely awful. And then our pitching, really, we stunk with our pitching. You could have raised Warren Spahn and Cy Young and Don Drysdale, and the result would have been the same because we were tanked. Quintana, Minaya, and Severino all were recovering from injuries last year, some this year. They just ran out of gas. They tried. They got us there, so you can't poo-poo their efforts, right? But we just didn't have the stamina. Kevin Elliott, I am trying to say I am quadruple because Mark is with us. All right. So Kevin Elliott, dialing it up on Facebook for some reason. I have no idea. Come on, Kev. Support the YouTube, buddy. So let's go, Kevin Elliott. Kevin Elliott and I had many conversations ad nauseum concerning Beatty and Vientos, and I was a Beatty guy. Kevin Elliott never waved. He was a Vientos guy from the get-go, saying what a disgrace, what a mistake. Send Batty back to the minors, bring Vientos up. And Kevin Elliott, I give you kudos, acknowledgement, whatever you like, whatever adjective you want me to use. You were definitely on point with Mark Vientos. This kid is a stellar player. It looks like the pressure doesn't bother him. It doesn't look like the expectations bother him. He's the real deal, and I really look forward to a full year of Mark Vientos. No joke. And I'm going to get to this in a minute. We could either have a 40 home run guy playing third base or another 40 guy home run guy playing first base. And allow me to dip into the future a little bit, and this is what I'm looking at, if you will. So a couple things. Pete Alonso, if he agrees to a 7-year, $210 million contract, he's a Met. I firmly believe that's the number that we should throw at him. I firmly believe that's the number Alonso really deserves, and probably a little extra. So call it a homegrown, bonus for him, if you will. With that said, here is my 2025 starting lineup. At first base, we're either going to have Alonso or Vientos. So if Alonso goes, we're going to move Vientos over to first. Second base, we're going to have Acuna. Third base, we're going to either have Vientos if Alonso stays, or possibly we could be looking at Bregman. Left field, sadly, we're stuck with hashtag Nimmo sucks. Center field, we're going to have to import somebody unless one of the kids in the minors is ready. Right field, we're stuck with another year of Marte. And let's call it, hey, Eric, what's going on? And Kevin, you're making me quintuple interstatal. And Eric, I am say tuple interstatal. The catcher is going to be Alvarez. And now I don't know what happened with Alvarez. I said, and I posted on Facebook, he had to shorten his swing and he had to level his swing down, level it off. He was too much uppercut, going for the launch angle. When he did the both, when he shortened his swing and leveled his bat, he got hit. He got hits. Then we got, I would like us to trade for Vladimir Guerrero as our DH. DH/platoon first baseman. Give Vientos and or Alonso a break. Give this to Alonso. A lot of people mock and say Alonso's a lousy first baseman. Alonso was ranked 7th in all of baseball. That's the National League and the junior circuit. 7th in scoop rate production. What that means is when his infielders threw it in the dirt, Pete had a high percentage of scooping it up and getting the out. Saved them a lot of errors. A lot. Pete also improved defensively greatly with some of the diving stops he made. He also played 162 games. Played every game. Name me another first baseman that was a power hitting guy like him that did that. I'll wait. Kevin Elliott, we're going to put you on the big screen. He says both Gilbert and Jett are both up. Well, that poses a problem, Kevin, because you still owe Marte a crap load of money. Nimmo's a fixture in left. That leaves two of those guys vying for center, if that's even possible. Nick, you're getting a lot of traction tonight. Nick says, I love Pete, and he's a homegrown Met. I don't think he wants to leave Queens and loves our city and the fans. Sure, I'll buy into that, Nick. But Pete's also a little bit mental. He's an odd duck. Either he's really cerebral, or he's kind of like a little jockish. Okay. So, it could be one or the other. I don't really know which one it is. Juan Soto's going to go to the highest bidder. And we all know that Steve Cohen can afford Juan Soto for sure. So that's something to watch. Will Juan Soto get tickled if the Skankies happen to pull it out and beat the Dodgers, get a World Series title, and get enamored being in the? I don't know that answer. I don't know. But I do know if he's chasing the money, nobody's beating Cohen for the money. So we're really going to see his true colors, Juan Soto. And now, listen, I've said this on Angie's Angles many a time. When Juan Soto turned down the $450 million from the Nationals at the age of what? What was he, 21 years old? 22? I mean, that was some disgusting money to turn down. Now it's going to work out to his advantage. I understand. But I asked the question, how many more filet mignons can you eat in one night with $600 million or $450 million? It's the same amount of steak. You can only drive one car at a time. So I'm not really sure how much, other than ego satisfying conditions, I don't understand the difference between 450 and 600 million. Save $150 million. Taxes, you're talking about $75 million. And I'm shrugging my shoulders like $75 million is chump change. I'm not saying that at all. Okay? I'm not saying that's not a lot of money. But it's not going to change your life, your kid's life, or your kids' lives between 450 million and 600 million. So when he turned that down from the Nationals, I thought that was I rooted for him to get turf toe. I rooted for this. I rooted for that. And then he went to San Diego and really did not have a good season. It was mediocre at best. It wasn't $450 million worth season. What he wind up hitting 24 home runs, 26 home runs, a couple RBIs here there. Juan Soto is all about the me generation. What's in it for me today? And I'm not sure if he's going to be a good fit in the clubhouse in Queens. That's all I'm saying. Okay. For those that like this portion of the show, allow me. We had to relight. Tonight I'm smoking a Perdomo Habana. It's a very good cigar. I highly recommend it. Harold, I know they won't, but I truly hope the Cubs don't even try to sign Soto. And then we got Clark chiming in. That's the real problem with baseball. The salaries have gotten way out of hand. They are entertainers. It's hard to respect someone who makes that kind of money playing the kids' game. I don't disagree with either one of these, but unfortunately, supply and demand, right? And that's why I started my non-live going baseball game protest. I refused to pay for a ticket. I broke that this year. I took Danny to the last game of the last regular season game at Citi Field against the Phillies. We beat them 2-1. It was fantastic. We had the best seats ever. That was more for Danny than for me. That was for Danny getting a 96 GPA in high school, being eligible for the tuition exchange for college. Danny worked hard to get there. So that was Danny's reward game. And then we were lucky enough to receive complimentary tickets from friends of the family on Barb's side to go see the clinching game against the Phillies at Citi Field. So we had a magical journey. And my hat's off to the New York Mets, to the team. Thank you for making it happen. It was exciting. When they went on that magical run, you were on the edge of your seat in the 8th inning. I mean, come on, Atlanta, we're getting no hit. And then Lindor hits the home run in the 8th inning, and then we go to town. I mean, holy Hannah. I mean, how many times can we say, oh, no, they can't do it again? And they did it again and again and then again. So, thank you so much for this magical season that we all came to understand and accept that it was going to be a punt season. It turns out that David Stearns might have an idea. He might. We'll see how the offseason goes. I don't want to see us bringing in aging anybody. We need to go with youth. Oh, thanks for switching over, Kevin. I appreciate you. Kevin Elliott called the run. Yes, he did. Kevin Elliott guaranteed Met playoff appearance. He did. And he's uncanny like that. I just don't understand. Kevin also wants to see Rooker from the A's come over to play first base. I wouldn't mind Rooker either. Kevin turned me on to this guy. Hey, Brandon, what's going on? I accept your vote. Angie's Angles for president. I humbly accept. Angel, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. I appreciate you. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Ange, I don't know, man. I don't know. For sure, I'm going to have to probably attend opening day with Danny. I will probably have to do that. I must admit, because the Mets really gave us more than we expected. And that'll be my thank you back to them. All right, guys. And we'll end with Clark. When I was a kid, I analyzed guys like Lou Brock, Bob Gibson, etc. They didn't make boatloads of money, but played hard. But now it's all about the money. And sure, I agree with you, Clark. But unfortunately, these times they are a changing, and this is, And maybe we save this for next week's Angie's Angles. I'm gonna put this on the back burner for next week's Angie's Angles. For those who are watching, remind me, we're going to talk about the sponsorship bullshit that's on the uniforms and the helmets and the this and the that. Oh my God, I can't take it. We're turning into NASCAR, for God's sakes. But I'm going to save that for next week. We'll have a whole blow up on that. So the pitching that I want to see, I gave you the starting lineup. I want to see Senga, Minaya, Burns, Snell, and Peterson in our rotation. We don't have the luxury of changing our closer. He signed to a $90 million contract. We got to keep him, and we got to hope that he doesn't have any more. That's right, Brandon. We hope that he doesn't have any more meltdowns. So we're now at the prayer circle part of our portion of Angie's Angles. I hope you appreciated my little recap. We're praying for Harold, Dawn Squared, his wife and co-worker, and his friend Ed. Scott Tobias, I need to update my friend on your wife and your mom. Linda, we're praying for your dad as he faces his health challenges on a daily basis. Mark Brooks, my brother from another, we're praying for your dad and yourself, young man. And while we're at it, it's really not part of the prayer circle, but happy birthday to Mark Brooks' son, Robro, officially known as Robertson Brooks. So happy birthday, Robro. That's Mark's son. Kevin Elliott, we're praying for your health challenges. The Krause family, as Aubrey deals with her remission and staying there as she battles the C word. Clark, thank you very much for the update. Your hip surgery is going well. And Brad, your brother-in-law, is recovering and doing quite well also. Prayers do work, folks. Deb and Lee, we're praying for you guys down in Maryland. Mr. McGowan, sir, we have your 6. Marion Bello, my good friend out in Las Vegas, we're praying for your mom. Big John in the lounge at Smoke Therapy, we're praying for your cousin Rich at Phil's Nona. Larry Levy, we're praying for your wife Frida as she also battles the ugly C word. Tom, we're praying for both friends, Paul and Janet, as they battle their cancer diagnoses. Lonnie wants us to pray for Dana, who's Mike's better half, perhaps, we should say, for a quick recovery on her illness. And then John, also in the Smoke Therapy, we're praying for Elizabeth. So Brandon, thank you. We're gonna add Hannah Klinger to our prayer circle. She's got a hematoma in her upper left abdomen. Brandon, you're gonna have to keep me updated on that, please. I'm gonna make a note of that to add your hun. Hannah. Okay. So look for me coming with new things, new thumbnails. I'm going to try to work on the video portion. We're going to break it down. We're going to give you this. We're going to do that. Hey, Eric, thanks. Thanks for signing on. Yes, sure. Let's throw Trevor Bauer into the mix in the Met rotation. I would not be unhappy to see that. Hey, Trish, what's going on? Nice to see you, hon. Glad to hear that Brad's doing well. I appreciate you, Trisha. Thank you very, very much. We're at day 57. I got some sausage pizza waiting for me in the lounge. Benangie's Angle. It's always my pleasure. Good night. God bless. I love you.